On the topic of overdraft fees during the pandemic.
Mr. Diamond, how much did JP Morgan collect in overdraft fees from their consumers in 2020?
Well, I think your numbers are totally inaccurate, but we'll have to sit down privately and go through
these
that.
These are public numbers.
And I also want to point out we did not overdraft.
Can you just answer my question? How much did JP Morgan collect? How much, in fact, did JP Morgan collect in overdraft fees from their customers in 2020? Do you know the number?
I don't know the number in front of me, but
well, I actually have the number in front of me.
Upon request,
$1.463 billion.
We waived the fees for customers upon request if they were under stress because of COVID.
But you could fix that right now. Mr. Diamond, will you commit right now to refund the $1.5 billion you took from consumers during the pandemic?
No.
That was a brief taster, 1 minute taster of what was about a 5.5 minute exchange. Joining us now, I'm pleased to say, is Senator Elizabeth Warren. Senator Warren, thanks so much for joining us. Good afternoon to you.
Thank you for having me. I'm delighted to be with you.
I want to get into the specifics of overdraft fees in a moment, but before that, a kind of big picture question. Banks clearly got a lot of help during the pandemic, probably less than certain other specific sectors, and perhaps less than, or certainly less than they did during the last crisis, but no questions asked, got a lot of help like many companies did. Do you accept that in response to that, they did more than they were required to help their customers and help their staff over the last year? Were there positives?
Well, that was really the point of the line of questions that I asked. The banks got a lot of help in a lot of different areas, and one specific was the Fed automatically said, if you overdraft with your Fed account, there will be no fees, no penalty. We want to help you out in this time of crisis. And then the regulators said, and besides that, we think you should pass that benefit along to your customers. That is, that you should win. And what did the four big financial institutions who are in front of us today do? Nothing. They continued to collect those overdraft fees. The four of them together collected about $4 billion. And the biggest collector per account was JP Morgan Chase. Thus the back and forth with Jamie Dimon over it. And to me, it's partly about overdraft fees and who has to pay them.